Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment and talk today about new construction financing. There's a lot going on in the market today. Over the past year, it's really taken off on the new construction front, and we have a lot of really good programs that we're offering for even first-time builders all the way on up to seasoned, experienced builders. I want to talk a little bit about those. There's a couple programs. The first one is this. We have a 100% new construction program that will essentially cover the new construction up to 100% of all the fees and all of the costs up to 65% of that after completed or after repaired value. Within that 100% financing, we'll allow things like all of the closing costs, points, fees, any of that stuff is also covered. And it does a very unique thing as well. What happens is up to that 65% of the after repaired or after completed value, we can also give cash back at closing based on any cash that hasn't been used or leveraged in the budget for the build and closing costs, etc. And so we have, for example, there's one now where they're getting almost $7,000 in cash back at closing to be able to use that towards kickstarting the actual development. So this particular program is not even score driven. It's kind of a no score type product. It can handle first time builders as well. And the rates on this program actually start around 8%. It is interest only. It's 12 to 24 months. Right now, closings can take anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks, but that is based more so on the timing of the appraisal. So one factor that we don't necessarily have in our control, but the closings can still happen quickly. In some scenarios, we've got appraisers that can turn around the appraisals inside of a week to 2 weeks, and we can move things along just as quickly as that is happening. This particular new construction program also has no prepayment penalty. It is a nationwide program, so we can help builders and investors all over the U.S. Um, and in thinking in terms of just liquidity, typically here's what we look for. We need to see at least 10% of the actual rehab budget or the construction budget and 3 months of the interest payments in reserves. So normally we try to look for like a minimum of 30K liquidity, which can be in a combination of cash and or retirements as well. So that's just one of the programs. We have a number of programs. I'm going to touch on a couple of other ones also very quickly. One of those being, and it's more of a 85. It can still get up to 100%, but it's a little different. 85% of the total project costs. We like to see a minimum of one ground up in the previous 24 to 36 months. But what's a little unique about this particular program is that it allows up to 50% of the land purchase to be done. So we have a lot of programs, and most of you that are sophisticated builders know that typically when you go into a new construction deal, you've got to own your lots and your land outright, right? So and that is the case with a lot of the programs that we offer, except for this particular one where we'll actually do up to 50% of the land purchase if you're not already sitting on those lots to go out and do the new construction. Outside of that, we can still get up to 100% of the construction, still within the 65%, or a total of the 85% of the total project cost. So that includes land plus construction. If in this scenario it's a deal that needs the land included, so we do have that option as well. And we are actually doing land development loans as well, land loans too. We like to do those more so for the more seasoned investors, just because our lender requirements kind of restrict us to that when it comes to just buying land or doing land development loans. For those, we'd like there to be a little bit more experience, anywhere between 5 and 10 completed projects in the past. Um, Outside of that, we're also doing new construction credit lines. We have spec build lines, spec build revolvers up to 5 million for investors that have done 10 or more builds. We also have programs right now that are doing credit lines for new construction for newer investors. It's just that they cap out more at 70% on the ARVs, and they can start anywhere between $500,000 to 2 million as a first time builder. You do need to have, one, maybe two previous just flips under your belt in order to qualify for that program. But we can go down to 620 scores on that particular program and get you anywhere from $500,000 up to a $2 million line to go out and build homes. So we have a variety of programs and products. And, we like to tell every investor, if you've got a new construction, project coming up, send us the scenario and we can align it with the right fit and just make sure that we're really helping to, achieve your goals and what you're needing for the new construction. These markets are just on fire right now. I just recently got back from a week vacation in Florida, just on the beach, and met with a few developers there that just looking for cash for more new construction because the markets are so hot because of the influx of people that moved into Florida, even from the New York and the East Coast market. So if you got a scenario, run it by us. We're more than happy to help things get set up. For the more seasoned investors that again have done the 10 or more deals, we're doing stuff at lines right now, rates down to 4.9%. So there's a lot of great programs out there for you. Give us a call, send us your scenario, and we'll have one of our account managers or loan officers give you a call right back and help walk you through the scenario. Thank you so much.